The Daily Stoic, on the topic of passions and emotions, February 3rd. The source of your anxiety. When I see an anxious person, I ask myself, what do they want? For if a person wasn't wanting something outside of their own control, why would they be stricken by anxiety? Epictetus, Discourses, 2.13.1. The anxious father, worried about his children. What does he want? A world that is always safe. A frenzied traveler. What does she want? For the weather to hold and for traffic to part, so she can make her flight. A nervous investor. That the market will turn around and an investment will pay off. All these scenarios hold the same thing in common. As Epictetus says, it's wanting something outside our control. Getting worked up, getting excited, nervously pacing. These intense, pained, and anxious moments show us at our most futile and servile, staring at the clock, at the ticker, at the next checkout lane over, at the sky. It's as if we all belong to a religious cult that believes the gods of fate will only give us what we want if we sacrifice our peace of mind. Today, when you find yourself getting anxious, ask yourself, why are my insides twisting into knots? Am I in control here, or is my anxiety? And most important, is my anxiety doing me any good? A large part of why I started looking into Stoic philosophy is to help fix my anxiety. Always being worried about the next thing to happen, about things outside of my control. I have to admit, the Stoic mindset is working, though not quite in the way that I had figured. The anxiety is absolutely still there. I can still feel it bubbling up every time I start to get worried about something. When something goes wrong, or even when things are going right, and I start to think about what could go wrong. I start worrying about things outside of my control. Then, my Stoic philosophy reminds me that there are things outside of my control, and that I should just let it go. If I can't control it, there's no point in worrying about it. If I can control it, then do something about it. There's no point to getting anxious over anything. As Epictetus says, if you have control over it, why would you worry about it? And if you don't have control over it, why would you worry about it? Use this double-sided coin to hopefully help quell your anxiety some. Find what you control and act upon it. Everything else outside of that, don't worry about it. You'll find yourself being less anxious. I would like to thank you for listening to today's reading. I'll see you tomorrow.